Alright guys, I wanted to make a video on the proposal, the DAO proposal that Panther Swap is advertising. It's a pretty good proposal that they put forward and everybody can go vote on it, so I wanted to show you guys how to participate in that for the basically dictating the future of Panther and where its transaction fees are headed. So that's a big deal, and I wanted to make sure that everybody who can participate in that participates so we can all get our voices heard. Obviously, the price of Panther is going down drastically. Nobody's happy about that, myself included, obviously. This is how it is with new projects in the crypto world. These kinds of things happen. Like I said, I've seen my crypto portfolio lose 90% of its value more than once, and I've held through it every time, and that's what I plan to do right now. So whatever your guys' plans are, I would stick with your plans. And me personally, I don't like to take losses, so I'm generally a holder when it comes to these kind of times. And it's not just Panther who's getting hurt, the whole crypto market is getting hurt. It seems like Panther's catching up with the crypto market though. um I don't really like to talk about price analysis here, so I have a Patreon for that if you guys want to join it. But let's get straight into the DAO proposal. And then I have another thing. The PATC token is scheduled in the roadmap to have supposed to come out today. I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, there's been no word about it, so I think at the very least we should be asking the dev team what the plans are and if that's going to be coming out soon. So let's get straight into those two topics. First, the DAO proposal. What is it and how do you find it? Well, how do you find it? Go to the Panther Swap website. As long as you hold Panther, you can participate in this. And then you're going to want to go to more on the left-hand side and voting. You can also see they made a Twitter post. So if you're on Twitter, you can go to the Panther Swap official Twitter and they'll have a link to this as well. So go ahead and hit voting. And it's this very first proposal called Adjust Transfer Tax Parameters. Now, I've already voted, and I voted for the second option, 3% burn. The way it works right now is every time Panther is charged the 5% transfer tax. Excuse me, sorry, had a hiccup. So how it works right now is every time you have that 5% transfer tax when you use Panther, where those taxes go, 1% of it currently is burned. It's sent to a dead address, and then the other 4% is added to the Panther BNB liquidity pool. So I think what the team is thinking is right now we have a lot of coins being minted, and we have the liquidity that we need in the pools. So they want to probably rework these numbers, and they're giving it up to the community to decide. You can see overwhelmingly the community voted for option 2, which is to increase the burn amount by the maximum that they are offering. So the first option would be to increase the burn by 1%, and on the same side of the token, decrease the amount added to the liquidity by 1%. So that's the first option, and that's got 10% of the votes. The second option is to increase the burn by 2% up to 3% of every Panther transaction tax, and take 2% of that 5% and add it to the liquidity pool. I think that's the best option for me and for Panther going forward, because like I said, I think we need to be burning. The emission rate should probably be going down to 50 soon, and we have the liquidity in the pools that we need. So I think option 2 is the best one. I've already voted. I voted for option 2, and hopefully you guys can get out here and vote as well. No matter if what you want happens or doesn't happen, it's important to get your voice heard. So I would come to this link and I would vote on how you want this to go down, and then the devs are going to take that into account. So right now, overwhelmingly, it looks like the burn rate is going to increase and the amount going to the liquidity pool is going to decrease. And I actually think that is a good thing. One of the problems with these types of proposal systems is democracy is not a perfect system. And the founding fathers of America, they never wanted a democracy. And we don't have a democracy. We have a democratic republic. And what that means is democracy is just majority rule. which means if 51% of the people decide something, then it happens. And obviously the minority, in a democracy, the minority has no voice. They're always beaten by the majority. So when it comes to these kind of proposals, let's say I make a proposal, and it's awful, it's a bad idea. But if over 51% of the people want it in a pure democracy, then that would happen. Now, I think there are checks and balances to this system when it comes to Panther swap, and that's similar to why we don't have a pure democracy in our country, at least in America. In my case, that's all I'm speaking for, because a pure democracy is not a good way to go. You need to have checks and balances to that. So I think that's similar to Panther swap. I just wanted to mention that. That's a little bit off topic. The main point is go and get your voice heard and vote on this proposal. And the next thing I wanted to talk about was the roadmap. If you look at the roadmap, we are scheduled today for the PATC token to be released. I don't think that's going to happen, which is pretty disappointing, especially because we haven't heard anything about it. Now, the roadmap has been moved around a lot. Maybe that's why it's not released. I think the PATC is very bullish, and that's going to help Panther out a lot. So hopefully this thing does get released soon, and we can ask the devs can we get an update, because if you do the math on the numbers, it says 14 days after the AMM release, and that's today. So yeah, technically that should be coming out, and we should at least get an answer as to when it is going to come out and why it hasn't come out right now. What did you guys reprioritize, etc. So those are basically my two updates. I think Panther swap is going strong. If you're only concerned about the price, obviously you're not too happy, but these are long-term things, and all of crypto's tanking. And yeah, like I said, in the Patreon, that's where we talk more about price action. But I wanted to let you guys know about these proposals. I wanted to make sure you guys get your voice heard, and I want you guys to remember that the PATC token should be on its way soon, and we should be having at least some sort of announcement as to when is that going to come out and why hasn't it come out today. So maybe it will come out today. I don't know. But we need to get our voices heard in two ways. One, on this proposal. Two, we should get an answer on the PATC. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for being a part of the community and Panthers. Thank you for the dev team for building all this out. Doing a great job so far. And hopefully I'll see you guys around. Thank you.